Hello, everybody. My name is Rebecca Ellis. I am the Director of Human Resources, Administrative Services, and IT for the Waco Housing Authority. And I am going to be talking to you today about motivating your team. So, why do employees lose motivation? So, there are several reasons why employees lose motivation, but one that I'd like to point out is short-term objectives with no career vision. So in the majority of cases, money is just merely one part of an employee's motivation. Most people want to have a clear objective in place and feel like there is progression for them within the organization. Career visioning can be a useful process in setting clear, long-term goals for an employee so that they can proactively work towards outcomes. And then another one I'd like to point out is no development opportunities. So if you provide regular training and development opportunities, it usually tends to boost employees' motivation and engagement. Most employees do value ongoing learning potential in a sense that they're expanding and improving their skills and knowledge. So some ways that you can increase motivation is encouraging communication. So open communication is essential. Um, as well as prioritizing mental health. So a lot of us tend to disregard the importance of mental health, but it is extremely important to support your staff in taking time off, maintaining a healthy work-life balance, and ensuring that they are aware of the various supports that your organization has available to them. It is also important that you assign realistic and a manageable workload. 40% of people are willing to leave their jobs due to overwork, um, as a part of a survey that we researched in doing this presentation. So that's a huge percent of people that are willing to leave due to being overworked. So it's extremely important that you, as a manager, try to assign a manageable workload. And then invest in upskilling. Again, it's that back to the training and developing. If you want your employees to stay and continue to work, it's important to offer incentives. So invest in them and help them find their purpose in cultivating a collaborative culture. And one of the most important ways you can increase motivation within your team is embracing technological solutions. So technology, as you all know, is very important that you keep up with. It helps to streamline processes and is assist employees in increasing their efficiency. It helps them achieve a better work-life balance and usually creates a higher productivity rate. So as managers, if we don't strive to work towards helping our staff stay motivated and making sure that we are assigning manageable workloads, it can create burnout, not only for the employees, but as well as the leaders for the workplace. According to the World Health Organization, burnout is a syndrome conceptualized as resulting from chronic workplace stress that has not been successfully managed. And another survey that we looked at showed 23% of all full-time workers in the United States experience burnout the majority of the time during the work week. So, if you're a leader and you notice that your employees aren't as enthusiastic as they used to be, or they're falling behind, it could be time for you to look to see whether or not they are becoming burnt out. Just a few causes of burnout, work overload, as I stated before. Um, and you can see here restricted resources. So emotional tiredness is also common among our staff members because of the type of personnel or clients that we have to deal with. It's difficult sometimes. So it's just very important that we monitor and try to help alleviate burnout within our employees. So once you've identified that, okay, I have a staff member who appears that they may be becoming burnt out, you need to identify the problem. Why are they becoming burnt out? And then take action. work on a plan to address it, and then try to help practice that work-life balance with them. So, continuing addressing burnout, take care of your health. Make sure your staff are taking care of their health, in the best way that you can as a supervisor. And then get peer support. Encourage them to, you know, seek peer support. It's a great way to draw strength and inspire resiliency when you connect with others who understand the challenges of your work. So this slide just gives you some statistics that we found interesting. So the average rate of a nonprofit employee, which most of us are nonprofit, was 19% compared to the 12% in the other industry. So it's a little bit higher. And then another survey found that 82% of employees felt some type of loyalty to their employer. So this gives us some hope that not all employees are there because of a commitment in some part of mission to the organization. It makes it even more important for supervisors to model appropriate boundary setting in certain areas like the scheduled work, workload assignments, making sure they utilize their PTO, allowing for remote days if it's possible in your organization. And, flexibility and creativity are key in retaining and motivating your staff. So, increasing motivation at your agency, um, it's very important that you have diversity, as not only in your personnel but also in the job responsibilities. And then find out what drives your staff, what makes them excited about their position, what's the most draining, is there any applicable training opportunities, and then what are their long-term career goals. So it's also important that you try to teach and role model the healthy boundaries for your staff when it comes to dealing with clients. So it is imperative to model separating yourself from the outcome of the client, and then encouraging the client to reach out to other staff when it's appropriate, and also to find other resources outside the agency when it's possible. And then, just keep an eye out for emotional enmeshment with clients, because this can create burnout and loss of motivation quickly. Another very important way to increase motivation for your staff is to coach them daily. Coaching has been shown to have a direct link with employee enthusiasm. And then vision, include staff in brainstorming and ways to do things more effectively. What do they think can help, with processes to run more smoothly? A sense of ownership also breeds motivation towards the mission of your organization. Let your staff take the initiative. Do they have an idea of how to get things going or running smoothly? Let them make their own suggestions. And then when an incident occurs, check in with your staff and encourage them to share what they experienced, how they felt during an incident, and try your best to provide a safe environment where they can share without feeling retaliated against. And normalize talking through mistakes. This builds a sense of safety, and it ensures staff are more likely to share ideas and areas when they are struggling at work. And this slide is just a little fun activity that you can try if you do this within a group setting. So I hope you enjoyed motivating your team, and I hope you guys take some of the talking points out of this and use it within your organization. Thank you.